We go into game, we go into knife. It's the second map here as we move on to train after Chiefs pick up cash 16-13. And Mongolz, they fought hard with everything they had to try and push back against Chiefs and bring it to overtime, but it just wasn't enough.
Not good start either, losing the knife. This could spell the beginning of the end.
The tilt comes in.
Yeah. Oh, and we do have a tech timeout instantly. Headset problems. WC. Everything kicking off. Now, but from what I've seen from Chiefs on train, honestly, I just believe they're very, very strong. 60. Let me put it into perspective. I will get that word right one day. Greyhounds took 12 rounds off Mongolz on train. They got 16-1 by Chiefs, so...
Yeah. Chiefs are very confident on train. Mongolz is going to have to take something incredibly special for them to make this work. But I believe, give it to Mongolz, that off the back of how well they did, they can at least have confidence in the fact that they did pull it back on cash a little bit. They tried to make it work. They didn't get whitewashed. So there is a chance for them to pull the confidence forward into this game.
No, for sure. And if they start well, Machine Gun and Zilkenberg finish, like start this game how they finished the last one, then there's definitely a chance. And the way to do that is all with this pistol round. So Chiefs, though, kind of a default setup coming into train. Obviously, we had Inns on the inside with 3 guys, but...
Well, Tux starting off on Ali. Gets the first kill, will be chased out by NCL, who's on top of it, and also going to put the pressure onto Inns, and this is a good start for Mongolz. This is exactly how they wanted it to go. They rushed through as a unit. They've done the damage, and only Alistair and Pex remain. Machine Gun knows exactly where Alistair is, will get the kill. Looks for the last one as he does go down, and Chiefs, only one answer. It was early on as Kidnap went down, but Mongolz very convincingly moved their way in.
Bit of a strange CT setup. They had 3 guys towards inside, but Inns was all the way pushed up. It indicated like they wanted to actually push those brown halls, but for me, he should have been a bit further back playing that rotate position, especially on pistol round. Okay, Tux found one early on, but then that's what happens. The Glocks are so over-dominant. And Mongolz, they're not wasting any time. They're just going to go straight RT main. 2 frags found instantly, and that's the way I like to play these anti-ecos, especially on trade. Often, more often than not, if you play it slow, you'll get picked off by the scouts, and you see Alistair was rocking one, so he needs to do his best to save it. But confident start from the Mongolz, going to go 2-0 up.
Yeah, and Alistair here, he wants to hold on to that scout. He doesn't want to lose anything here, Chiefs. What they put into this, they want to bring back into the next round.
No, he can't afford to lose that scout. Yesterday, the Mongolz, they were struggling on their T side, so if they do get a good confident start, it's actually their CT that locked down the Greyhound. So Chiefs need to be looking to put up numbers here, although it's still very early on in the game, only 2-0 down, no panic stations yet. The only thing I would say is Alistair buying that scout there and going into that force, it indicates that they were trying to obviously win that round, but sometimes I'd prefer on train, especially just take that full eco and assure you've got the AWP going into the first buy.
Remember, if Mongolz do happen to lose this, they will only go to the lower bracket. They'll live to fight another day. There's still a chance for them to come all the way back around, but it's not over yet. It's only been 1 map, and Cash was very close. Closer than all of us expected here. The Mongolz now on train, on the T side. Machine Gun's eating a lot of damage outside there as the heavy pistols come in from Chiefs. NCL starts off well, finds the first kill. Tux, very nice. Sneaks all the way around while they're distracted. Will pick up one. Grab himself an AK as well. Pex finds NCL. This is good here if they want to retake this. The only problem I see is that Chiefs don't actually have a defuse kit to work with. Lovely shot from Hinz. Finds one, finds 2. Zilk, the only man left alive. Molly goes out as well, and if Chiefs could pick up this, it'd be huge. They've got so many guns. They've got no smokes to back them up. Zilk's found the kill onto Tux. He does get the bomber down as well, but they should be able to... No, not enough time. Just a few seconds off that. If only they'd had a kit, but how would they have known? We will see the first set of rounds go to Mongolz, but Chiefs, they put the hurt on, they put the damage on. And even Enki there, he's like, nice shot ins, because that deagle was spectacular.
Well, Zilkenberg actually just pulling the Mongols out the dirt there. Unfortunately, Chiefs weren't able to make the frag onto him because obviously you had to stick to the fuse, 10-second fuse, but no, 2 guys weren't even able to frag him. But Inns, again, said he's the man of the hour. He's the man of the tournament, actually. Like I said, he was plus 53 before these games even started. Tux and Alistair respectively 32 and 33. So they're having the really good tournament so far. And Mongolz, they're just looking for more contact play. Machine Gun will find one. Enki through to fire. We'll get Pex and into the B-bomb side we go.
Well, Enki starting off strong. And Zilk picking up the other kills as well. This isn't looking too good considering what Chiefs managed to save, and a complete whitewash there as Mongolz 5 alive. They take it all the way through. And we see it go 4-0 before Chiefs pick anything up.
And I really like this play from the Mongols. They were just very, very prominent in how they did it. They just contact play, one flashbang, and then Enki. He actually dropped through the fire to make that frag, but it's all important because he opened up that B bomb site, and that made it rotate very slow.
Nice work there from Machine Gun. AWP shot onto Alistair. He's putting away their aggression, forcing them back a little bit.
Dude, and Chiefs just need to be careful. Try and save for that AK. Don't do anything daft, but Mongolz, I really enjoy what I'm seeing so far, to be honest. I said they needed to start well. 5-0 is definitely a good way to begin on train, and Chiefs looking a little bit lost. Maybe consider even the pause at one stage now.
Rollins is going to try and hold on to that AK-47. Pex with a CZ. And the crazy thing here for Mongolz is it's really good for them in the fact that they've survived so much and they haven't lost too many. Look at their money. 7k up on Kidnap, 8k on Enki, 7.5k on NCL. They're looking strong.
Indeed, and Alistair, he is going to take that AWP. But no, the Mongols 5-0 start here. And the problem begins if they go 6-0, obviously, you know what happens there, we get those resets. And the round money bonus will come into effect for the Chiefs, but they need to start strong here. They need to try and find this opening round.
We've previously seen Chiefs look confident on train as they come in. Managing to fire back, but it's all Molter as it stands. More damage being done, but he can't find the kill onto Machine Gun, who does have the AWP in his hands as he finds the kills coming out left, right, and center as Tux sneaks him from behind. Manages to help him pick up a round. And once they had a full buy into this, they managed to make it happen.
Key thing there as well, Tux has salvaged himself a double AWP, so this is where it gets dangerous because the double AWP can be so effective on train, especially. And when you get one for free, it's always good work. In 5-1, they just need to be careful. They need to capitalize now. They don't want to go and lose this round here because that could spell disaster. But a strong round from Chiefs.
Now Mongols, they have let one round slip away, but they're doing so well. And they've just got to hold on to this lead. They've got to ensure that they don't allow Chiefs any wiggle room to come back into this. Very dominant round previously from Chiefs. There's Machine Gun back in main. Waiting for a CT to make a mistake. Waiting to see what his team will do as well. Bomb drop back towards T-Spawn. But they don't want to let that clock run down too far, as we see many times here that the teams forget where they've left the bomb, run back for it, and then cause themselves a bit of a panic attack.
And has the server crashed?
Ooh.
It looks like the server could have gone down here because everyone's just stationary. Oh, there we go.
It does come back into it, and doesn't actually look like anyone moved around too much there. So we luckily didn't miss anything despite the HLTV lagging out. Machine Gun Housing did spot him. 2 big kills coming up from him, and he'll explode onto this A bomb site, but he's only on his own, and Tux will find the kill. As the rest of the Mongols will move into the B bomb site. Pex goes down, and this is what Chiefs were not ready for.
And Machine Gun just able to pull his way all the way through Olaf, find 2 frags, and that should never be happening, especially when you've got that try set up towards those trains anyway. You've got 1 Sandwich, 1 Melvin, 1 Ali with the AWP. The only thing I would have liked to see is Tux. This is the problem. Alistair and Tux, they're not really going aggressive with their AWPs. They're playing very far back. They're not trying to find the opening frags, and that's the issue. They're trying to take what happened last game, sit back and let Mongolz execute onto you, but the difference is now is Machine Gun's on a tear. He started the game at 10-3, and Zilkenberg's 5-3. Okay, Kidnap 0-3, but at this point, this is where it gets scary for the Chiefs, because when Machine Gun's on point like this, you need to lock him down.
And he's been relatively quiet throughout the rest of the closed qualifier. Yet now, when it matters most, he's stepping it up. And Mongolz, obviously, train is a very good map for them. But we both gave Chiefs the advantage going into this. So far, they are looking a little bit lost and quite dominated here. Even NCL now picking up the MAC-10 to see if he can bring some more money home to his team.
You can see this is the situation. We are going to be able to invest into that double AWP again, but 2 UMPs could be a problem. I say that. Every time I doubt the UMP, Pex proves me wrong. Instant double frag.
Nice AWP kill comes out from Alistair as well. And Tux finds one, and this is looking good through the smoke. Alistair makes it happen. 5 alive for Chiefs as they pull it back. They make it work, and they live to fight another day. There's actually Mongolz. They will be able to buy into this, but it starts to get a little bit scary for them as the money isn't as good as what we'd seen previously.
I'm just never going to doubt the UMP again. I think that's my problem in this game. It's so powerful. And the Mongolz opting for that kind of contact play like they did last time. But ultimately, it didn't work out for them this time. Pex is ready for it, and Chiefs, Alistair just, again, trying to overplay his hand, go aggressive, and if he does it on one side of the map, Tux is going to try on the other side, and he does able to find one before getting traded out. So 4-on-3, and Machine Gun trying to make this work inside. Pex is going to push straight into him, and this is the problem. Chiefs just keep walking into the Mongolz. Every time they win a round, it looks like they're going to lose the next one back. And 2 guys alive, and man from Malta pushed into main. 4-on-1, and there's only 10 HP on in, so not looking good for him. Be a fairly easy frag for Machine Gun. And again, Chiefs, not really sure what they're doing, what they're playing at. Just pushing into the... I said about Tux and Alistair trying to find the openings with the AWPs, but I didn't mean that aggressive.
Well, 7-2, and Chiefs, they pick up a round, but it's not enough. As they instantly get taken back down. They will buy into it again, but forcing the whole way through is just not good enough here. Massive advantage currently for Mongolz, and they're running away with it, even in a more convincing fashion than what we saw Chiefs do on Cash.
Just very difficult for the Chiefs right now. The problem is every time they, like I say, every time they win a round, they then lose the next one. And okay, they can still buy, but it's going to be difficult with FAMAS, especially going against Machine Gun, full utility, AWP, Molotovs across the board. I really like what I'm seeing so far from Mongolz.
Malenki trying to spam back and fire back, but it's not enough. He won't find the kill just yet. Chiefs, you can tell they're playing a little bit more scared. We usually see him go quite early aggressive towards the B site. Alistair's found one onto Machine Gun, and that's a big kill to pick up. But is it going to be enough to help them push in?
Quiet on the bomb side so far, but 24 seconds on the clock. Mongolz do decide to execute. For them, Chiefs are ready for it, but trades do come in for the Mongolz. So 2-on-3 situation, NK AWP in hand, only 7 HP to work with.
And Chiefs, they're winning these scrappier rounds. They've got the bomb in their sights and the time. Plenty to work with there as it ticks down. And the T's know there's no chance of them pulling it.
That all came off the back of Alistair's kill, and Popdog able to get the information. There was no lurk going to happen for the Mongolz. And interestingly enough, being 7-3 up, Mongols have called a timeout, but it is going to be a tech. And that will mean... this headset is actually causing a problem for him.
Headset again. Think it's time you get a new one, NCL.
Yeah, not a water closet visit this time. You have seen a few of them.
You can't be playing on this level and having headset issues. You need to have that gear that gives you no issues at all.
Yeah, indeed. Could definitely recommend a few. But I don't know. It's a weird one for Chiefs. Every time they sit back, they seem to win the rounds, which is fine. That's absolutely acceptable. But when they try and force the issue and make the opening, right now, Machine Gun's just on point. And 13 frags, 5 deaths. He's leading the way for them. And everything's looking, I have to say, everything's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Mongols have shown their dominance on Train, one of their better maps here. But Chiefs, again, we saw previously really good T-sides from them, and we know obviously Train is a more favoured CT map. Chiefs actually chose to start on the CT after picking up the knife round. But I don't think they expected this out of Mongols. Maybe slightly underestimating them here.
Well, I mean, the Mongols picked a pistol round, then clean force buys. It's 3-0. And then obviously the first buy, you're going to instantly put you at 5-0. So really, the Chiefs have only lost a couple of buy rounds, respectively. And I just think they are, yeah, I think you're right. They underestimated them going into Train. They thought they would dominate them in this map. And the scary thing for Chiefs is the Mongols, their better side is CT. So 7 rounds looking good.
And I said about it, how they came back on cash. Now moving into Train, again showing that they want this just as bad as Chiefs, and they're prepared to make it work. As Zilk finds the first kill onto Malta. Malta again, more predictable than ever, always on top of that same bomb train. They're always looking for him, and you've got to be smarter than that, right? You can't be sat in the same spot over and over again, because you're always going to be looked for. You're always going to be caught.
I'm just not sure why guys choose to go on top of that train. It's so obvious. And so easy to get your head spotted. You can get spotted from Pop Dog if you're at the back, or if you're too far forward, that jump onto the planks, you're exposed. So, especially when you've got no trade frags, and it's going to be put Ins in a very awkward situation.
But he has found the first kill. He knows where he's got to look towards, and that's absolutely huge. He finds Enki before going down at the hands of Zilk. Back and forth, left, right, and center here is Zilk, the only man left alive. He's got to deal with Pex. Pex, no flashes, no smokes, no nades to work with. Oh, he nearly gets Glock to death as well. 4 seconds on the clock, and again, Chiefs are going to win this by the timeout, but they've lost so much going into this. They can't keep winning rounds in such a sloppy fashion.
Do you know what's really funny about In's double frag? That flash he randomly threw in the air blinded everyone behind him, and that was never the intention with that flashbang. So, perfect little play, bit lucky. And Peck's actually very dangerously escaping there, but then we were pretty good.
A little bit of luck goes a long way, and that's what Inns had. As Inns picks up the first kill onto Zilk as well. There will be a pistol round here for the Mongols, and really the first pistol round they've had to deal with. And this is where it starts to get a little bit worrying for them, as Machine Gun's got an AWP in hand, but they're massively having to deal with the disadvantage that they're not used to playing with so far throughout this half.
Indeed. Especially losing the first frag, that AWP purchase, not going to be the wisest choice, in my opinion. You're 7-4 up, no real reason to force the issue. Even if you go 7-5, you can still end the half potentially at 10-5. So, again, man from Malta, almost getting caught, but
I'm surprised he went for it, because, yeah, he wants the kills. He picks up a second one there as well. But again, the same spot, always risking it. He does go down finally.
Very dangerous from him, though. That's 5 rounds, at least in a row, that he's been on top of H2 on the blue train. Don't even know why I called it H2, just saw the name.
Instead of H1, it's now H2.
We used to
We're moving up in the world.
We used to have all the Thomas the Tank Engine names. Percy.
So I remember them as the actual numbers from the 1.6 days.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about Train overall. I think the very first version of CSGO Train, I almost preferred it in a way that it was so different. This one, to be honest, I'm going to have to go against my source brethren there and say that the 1.6 train was probably the best map of
You could
all
hide under
Counter-Strike.
the trains. It was so much more fun.
Yeah, I generally think it was the best map in any version.
Praise from the saucer onto 1.6. I'm impressed, George. We're learning. We're getting somewhere. Maybe my relentless abuse of your game is starting to pay off.
Nothing else is better, of course.
Oh, you just shut me straight down. But again, Chiefs pick up a round. A bit more convincing, but their money, they can't afford to lose anything. They have to pick up this round here. And I'm starting to feel like Mongolz have the advantage going into these rounds because Chiefs, they've just not played a solid CT side. They've not held well. They've become predictable.
It's right. Chiefs just look a little bit lost in how they want to hold these rounds. The AWP didn't work out for them, and that's the problem. You invest so early on in the half, and then you're going to be stuck with UMPs and M4s for the rest of it. And again, Ins, just no real reason to push there, and the machine gun is going to be waiting, so okay, it gets traded from the usual suspect in the usual position, but
the same position he's been for all 13 rounds, I believe.
Just they're trying to play an over-dynamic CT side when there's no reason to against the Mongolz. There's absolutely... Okay, if you're playing a tier 1 major, fine. But we've seen Mongolz don't like to execute slowly.
Mongolz will go to get the bomb down on the B bomb site as Pex falls. The Mongolz are given a chance to get back into it. Zilk quite far away though. He's going to have to run all the way back in, but he might catch a CT trying to go behind him as Alistair found the first kill. But NCO will straight away reply. 2 versus 3. The Mongolz in a good position, got the advantage. Don't have to push too much into this. NCL finds another but can't get the last. Tux does fall. The bomb was planted. And we see 8-5 now for Mongolz. And Chiefs, again, their money just absolutely destroyed. They couldn't afford to lose it. They're just playing this danger game.
So I noticed in chat people are mentioning about the pushes, and this is the thing, right? I kind of get what they're trying to do. They're trying to play a dynamic CT side. They know that one guy is holding T main every round, so they're trying to push that for that information, get the frag, and that means that's going to force the rotate. But the problem is the way they're doing it. They're not using any new utility to flush out angles. They're just walking into headshot position, and they're getting caught off guard for it. So ultimately, Chiefs they need to take a pause.
Machine gun just picking up the eco frags there. In's tapping, poking, tapping, and finds the headshot. He won't be able to run and go get the gun just yet, as there is another terrorist waiting for him. Mongolz not even trying to get the bomb down just yet. They're making sure the site's completely clear. They've pushed deep into it as well, and Pex will find one, but he knows exactly now where Enki is. He needs to grab himself an AK, and this is where it could be a little bit dangerous. Finds one onto Zilk. And the bomb's not far from going down. He's got the Molotov as well. Could force Enki out of position on the bomb. Smoke goes down and Kidnap. He's got to be careful. He's gone out very aggressive there. Enki now going to be completely spotted. Finds the first kill onto Pex. And both the T's, they've jumped up on each other. Ins, no defuse in his hands, will go down at the hands of Kidnap. 9-5 as Chiefs push into this last round with a bye. But they have to make this work if they want to stand a chance of fighting back against Mongolz as they move on to the T side.
And a scrappy bite at that. You can always see Man from Malta, Mag 7 in hand. I expect him to go towards that pop dog area, try and get up close and personal. Tex obviously will be in the inside with the UMP, but Chiefs kind of threw a little bit of this half away. I mean, imagine if they had a kit on that force buy, they could have instantly ecoed back Mongolz, and that kind of led to the whole 7-0 situation. 7-2 rather.
Well, a good start for Enki as he finds one kill. Alistair, got to make sure that works. Go pick up the AK, hopefully. Fire back. Give your team a bit of a chance here, because outside's being dominated once again as Zilk found one. NCL up on the bomb train. Alistair does reply, but NCL straight on top of him. This is good, though. The rotates come in. Ins doesn't have much health to work with. Peck's in a good spot, though. Nice work from Pex. Looks for the second kill. It's going to be backed up by his teammate as well, as auto-directed gives us NCL's body. As we watch him suffer a little bit longer. great read from Enki, finds one. Pex looks for him as well, and the bomb's not planted in the best position here as Enki leaves himself out in the open just a little bit too much. Pex finds the kill, and the all-important round does come in for Chiefs there. 9-6. But these two teams have been very back and forth across this entire half, and Mongolz going on to the CT side here are going to be feeling very confident.
Well, that's a very good pickup there from Pex, to be fair. 9-6, if they win the pistol, that's even Stevens. We'll bring the game to 9-9, and more often than not, I know it's only a round difference, but when you go 5-10 down, it does feel like a bigger mountain to climb than 9-6. Strange scenario to think about. But I know playing, it always felt like that to me. But again, Machine Gun, 16 frags. He's leading the way for the Mongols. And the Chiefs, they just need to find something, make it work. They do have 3 smokes and 6 flashes, in fact. 6 flashes on the side of them. So it's going to be a heavy execute, by the looks of it, towards the outside bomb site.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've not seen something like this ever on Train, I believe. So much utility being used. The flashes and smokes go out. The whole bomb site's clear. And Inns will push in, they'll push through, they find the first kill onto Kidnapped. Pex has done the damage. Zilk, though, in a great spot, gets the bomber. Will he find a second here? As the distraction was all towards the outside A bomb site, as B now gets taken down as Malta finds the kill onto Zilk. Nice spot by Enki, decides to check behind him. Pex goes down. It's all a little bit touch and go as Enki runs around the side. Grabs a few shots onto Inns, and they're dancing around these trains as NCL gets one. But he won't be able to get a second. Nice work from Inns. Headshots galore with the Glock. They're in a 2v1. Enki's still alive. 70 health, but he doesn't have a defuse kit to work with here. And Inns finishing it off confidently. Glock after Glock headshot. And that'll be the pistol round for Chiefs. And, well, one they had to win.
I really, really loved that tactic. It reminds me, I haven't seen anything really done like that in CSGO before. The smokes came down across the bomb site here. Right, I'm not even drawing. I'm drawing X's. The smokes came down across the bomb site, and then what happened was the terrorist side, they came from Pop, and they pushed through the Z halls, and then 3 guys went inside. So the thing with that, my terrible drawing, hopefully you got the rough idea, is that it instantly caught the Mongols off guard because they thought the bomb was going to come outside. Normally you plant in the smoke.
Well, Zilk went up close and personal with the scout, tried to tag him up, but couldn't make it happen. Chiefs, I love what they've done. This is what I like seeing, George. UMPs and 1 AK, they're not willing to risk too much just yet. They're playing it safe and they're playing it smart, and this is exactly how it needs to be done.
Molotov from Pex. Very smart decision. It actually lands, it hits the rim of the window, it lands on the outside of the pop dog. So instantly you're clearing that area, making sure nobody can be in there, and then you can execute the tactic. I'm a bit worried about going slowly on these anti-ecos though. The Mongols do have 2 scouts.
Oh, and the first bit of damage comes in as Kidnapped picks up 2 huge kills, and NCL with the scout onto Inns. He loses his head, and this quickly becomes a 5v2. Alistair and Malta, the only guys left alive. And they're probably thinking, team, what happened? What did you do? How did it go this bad? How did it go this wrong?
That's exactly what I mean. When you go that slow on the anti-eco, you're just going to get caught off guard, and some really nice scout shots came out from NCL. And that's a problem for Chiefs. There's no real reason to do that. You've got the advantage. Try something a bit quicker.
Well, 10-7, and Mongols, they force up, they make it work, and now they put themselves back in a winnable situation. They put themselves back in the lead. As Chiefs, they're now having to do exactly the same, but how are they going to play it? Are they going to go for a straight B rush? Are they going to push into Pop Dog? Are they going to come up with something very fancy like their pistol round strat? Whatever they try, whatever they do, it must work now because it's starting to get dangerous.
Well, bear in mind that they had the chance to go even. 9-all, it could have been going into the first buy, and instead you lose that first force. And we fall into this one with Tech 9 armor, and again, there's no real plan, just running into bulldozers of UMPs on the CT side.
And that molly down on the lower inside train did so much damage to G. They might not even get the bomb down here, and that's exactly what's not going to happen. Unless Malta can change it up, he will grab himself an M4 for his hard work, but he's still got 3 more to deal with. He won't go for the plant just yet. He's playing it smart. He's taking his time. Silk, with the read, with the smart plays, comes in there just spraying through the smoke, will pick up the kill. And Chiefs, what do they need to do here? How do you pull yourselves back into this?
Well, we've seen from the pistol round they do have execute, so that can go in their favor. All they need to do is take a full eco here, and then just try and, maybe even a pause, go 12-7 down, try and just evaluate the situation. Zilk is going to be AWPing, find out where he is, and try and execute. But even execute your pistol round, because that was a good enough tactic. It will push the AWPs back. And this, yeah, this is just a bit of a throwaway round. So we know Zilk is playing the rotate with the AWP. So usually on train, you want to find out how the CTs are playing. Like if they're playing up close and aggressive, you can work towards alley, that kind of old SK heroic default, and smoke Molotov either side. If they're playing far back, then you can do the bomb site executes with the smoke. So it's all about finding information and not getting taken down at this point.
12-7 and a 5-round lead here for Mongolz, who've looked very strong on train. A map they favour, but a map that didn't seem winnable after looking at the cash game.
And that's what makes the Mongolz CT so good, is they always take this alley control aggressively.
Oh no from Pex, dinks his own teammate there, and this is exactly what they didn't want. As Kidnapped comes from behind, he finds one, but luckily Ins very fast, very sharp, finds the kill onto him. Damage has already been done as Malta does take down Machine outside, and he's going to keep Mongolz guessing. As NCL tries to come towards Connector, the flashes and smoke goes out towards it. Enki pushed all the way around, is going to drop the molly down, going to force them into position, make sure they're stuck in the T main area. The bomb will go down, and Chiefs do have an advantage here. They can't afford to lose it either, though. They've got to make it work. Zilk goes down. Inns tries to find a second, but he's been hit down to 13 health. Doesn't have too much to work with. Enki finds the kill. Enki spraying away. A little bit scared here. Second one for him. Can he make it free? Oh, and the flames are burning NCL alive as Alistair, he pushes out for no reason.
Oh dear. That was, why? I don't understand. The Molotov was good. No real reason to face after that smoke. And the Chiefs, they just a throwaway round again. They had a 3-on-3 situation. They had the bomb down. They had all the angles covered, and then just whiffing, just basically whiffing. There's no other word for it. And the thing that makes the Mongolz CT so strong is they're always taking this alley control aggressively, and then they're smoking it out. So that instantly gives them all the information they need. And then across the map, the terrorists panic, and that opens it up for the Mongolz. So far, they've just been dominant in this map.
That was Alistair's round. They were both on pretty low health. He could have been able to deal with that quite easily. One of them had to stay on the bomb. He had the molly down, which forced them off it. He could have just poked out and pre-fired. Instead, he goes out wide, and I'm baffled by it. But Chiefs starting off well. They've got to make this work. I've said this time and time again, and this time it's going in their favor as Alistair picks up a kill. Touch has already found one. Machine gun boosted up, though. He's in a nice spot. Deals with Malta as well. Machine gun, he's stepped his game up these last couple. As he picks up 3, he's given him the hope back into it. Alistair on to Machine gun will finish him off. Enki and Zilk, the only guys left alive. 2v2, and Chiefs can't afford to throw this away. As Enki is playing whack-a-mole, and he does finally get dominated.
I think that's the best ladder duel I've ever seen.
How not to play on ladders, guys. How not to play on ladders. And everyone bar Zilk goes down that round.
And that's going to be a bit of an awkward situation because, as you can see, 3.5. The max person with most money, Alistair, 4.5. And so they are going to be able to rebuy. But look, Tech9's favor the utility. That's a smart choice from Chiefs. And I really think, just again, look at Machine Gun. 20 frags, 14 deaths. Enki quickly behind him with 17, and Chiefs, they need to try and pick up this round if they are going to have a chance back into it. Otherwise, they are going to be completely bust. And that's going to be a problem for them. So actually dying with everyone dying on the T side, then big problems.
Yeah, not what they wanted to have happen, but they did manage to get around on the board. Enki eating a lot of damage from the Tech9s from a incredible distance. Malta even whacks down Zilk a little bit there. And that's how you want to start it off. Malta going alone, getting all that information, trying to push them around a little bit. And this is how you play it. You play it smart. As the rest of Chiefs push towards the B bomb site. Only Kidnap there to deal with them. You can't see too much. Trying to go up high, trying to get some more information. He needs his teammates to come back him up. But are they going to be quick enough? He spots out Tux, but looks like Tux saw where he was as well. Enki finds a kill onto Alistair and shoots his teammate as well, just for fun, just to make it a little bit harder on himself.
Needs to try and go back up upstairs and use that Molotov effectively.
Molly goes down on top of the bomb, but it's not going to be enough as Machine Gun and Enki come rushing in. Tux finds one, gets the second as well. He's still got two more to find though. They're on the bomb and he makes it happen. Only Zilk left alive. And it's already ticking too fast. Zilk's got to fall back. Will Tux go and poke and see if he can get the kill here? Tux must be able to see him and he just misses out. But again here for the T side, everyone dead. And the CT's just managing to save a weapon every single time.
And it's really damaging Chiefs. You can see only 4K instantly to buy up into this round. That's why we saw the double Tech 9 come out, because we know how, well, you saw it at the alley side, how powerful it can be if you've got a ridiculous APM on your index finger. You could just fire it as fast, almost as an AK. It's just ridiculous. And Enki, yeah, he just, a little bit of problems there for the Mongolz there. They are going to take the time out.
Now, one thing we haven't spoke about enough here is we said Machine Gun throughout this whole closed qualifier. He hasn't been performing as you expected him to. He's always a player that you look for to kind of not carry Mongolz, but be the man that's aggressive, pushing forward, putting up the big numbers. And now we're here, and he's 21 for 15, but he's the man who's doing the impactful frags. He's making it work in the semi-finals. He's giving Chiefs the hard time, and it's great to see him put a few rounds up on the board for his team now.
Well, he was a massive breakout player, wasn't he? And then he went to Splice, had all of these kind of problems with communication. Even in one tournament for Splice, like a whole league season, he went minus 114. So you could tell the struggles he was having there. And then moving on back into the Mongolz, he seems to have not really been finding his form up until recently. And then, like you say, in these semi-finals, 21 frags, 15 deaths. And he's a big reason why they're currently at 13 rounds, because he opened up the first buy round. Remember that double frag onto Olaf Meister? I mean the position, not the player.
Olaf just stepped into the surface just to get domed in the head by Machine Gun. And
just, yeah, finding frag after frag. And Chiefs, what they need to do here is just kind of reevaluate the situation. It's a back-to-back pause, although they did say P break, so I guess more of a tech. But this is where Zilkenberg needs to adapt. He's got the AWP again. He needs to kind of come into this situation and open up the rounds, try and find the frags again, because he's been a little bit quiet. He started off well, made the openings, and now he's kind of falling off. So we need to see him up there with Machine Gun if they are to close out this game and force us to a third map. And that would be Cobble.
And Cobble, last time these two teams played on it, it went 16-8 in favor of Chiefs. Mongolz, they're fighting for their lives now, but Cobble's going to be a greater battle. Maybe they'll be ready for it, though, coming off the back of winning the second game. If they can close it out here, only 3 rounds to go. Time will tell. As we sit at 13-9, and Chiefs in the advantage, got all the weapons in their hands. They've got to be careful of the P250s. And the AWP of Zilk up on the Mongolz team.
The danger for Chiefs is not tilting, right? You don't want to get in this situation where if you are to lose this map, don't tilt, because you're still 1-0.
Oh, nice work there from Enki. Catches Malta with a smoke grenade in his hand. And this is not looking good as Zilk's picked up 2 kills. Only Alistair left alive for Chiefs. And now all of Mongolz have weapons. AKs across the board.
Just getting caught out with another force buy. And that's twice in this half. Straight after the pistol round. It's going to be too much for Alistair to do. And that's going to be 14-9. And it's not something you want to happen if you're the Chiefs. Look, completely broke. Essentially, they need to double eco. At best, they need to full eco this one and then Tech 9 buy into the last round. So I think this is pretty much game done. I think we're going to see a third map. And they need to dust themselves down, because Cobble, yes, they won 16-8 last time, but Machine Gun's finding his form. And Chiefs look like they've tilted off the face of the earth.
Yeah, Chiefs not being able to find their form here on trainers. Zilk continues his dominance with that AWP in his hand. And drops Pex down before he can even get close. Incendiary grenade misthrows, it bounces around there, but he's not going to complain too much about that. NCL's doing work onto Alistair. Just 3 alive here for the Chiefs as Machine Gun and NCL are picking it up. Malta all alone, Glock in hand. He's going to rush out to his death as Enki finds the kill. We're on match point, and Mongolz looking so confident, so controlled. As we begin to get towards the end of train, Chiefs, they have to make this work. And the buy again here, George. Great amount of utility, but Galils and Tech-9s is all they've got.
Like I said, they had to full eco, and they are opting for the Tech-9 so they can get that full utility. But one Galil, that's not really going to cut it if you're trying to open up picks against AWPs. And look at the CT team. They're rocking 3 AK-47s, so that's optimal.
Yeah, they picked it up from Chiefs, who have faltered in these last few rounds. As Machine Gun starts off backed up by Kidnap. They're getting kills across the board, not allowing Chiefs anywhere near this B-bomb site, despite with the Tech-9s being in their hands. 5v3 and Mongolz, they can see it. It's in their grasp. And the name of Machine Gun's Unicorn Killing. I love that. I love the names of these teams. And I love to rename their guns to things that just entertain us across the board.
Talking about unicorns, and unicoins, I'm a little bit worried now if we do see 1-0.
Ooh, George is starting to doubt his prediction almost, as we're at 1-1 potentially, as Mongolz, 5 men left alive, only Inns and Malta here. The Australian team unable to handle the domination from Mongolz so far on train. Can Malta and Inns turn this around? 7 health up on Malta. Inns with the bomb in his hand. He's got a smoke and a molly to work with. Zilk, though, quite aggressive on his own there. Oh, and Inns tries to get on the ladder. Gets dropped down to 21 health. Now has to fall back instantly. That's just going to be a couple of taps away from death. Molly goes out and he gets killed by Machine Gun. Machine Gun looks for the second one as well. Malta does manage to find the kill, but it's not enough. 16-9, and the Mongolz, they keep fighting, they keep pushing. NK and Machine Gun going absolutely huge there. And we will go to a third map for our first semi-final here at the WCA. And George, you're wiping the sweat from your head because you seem a little bit nervous now before we head into Cobblestone.
I mean, the Mongolz, I don't really know where that performance came from. Yesterday versus Greyhounds, we knew their CT side was very good, but it was pretty much one on the T side, right? The Chiefs never really got going on their CT, and they lost all the key rounds. They win the pistol, they get 4 sport back. T side, they win the pistol, get 4 sport back. It's just, you can't really afford to do this in a game that's that close. And then right at the death there, they get reset, and then they have to double eco and then go Tech-9 into the last round. So for me, fair play to Mongolz. And Machine Gun 25 frags, NK 20, 21. You can't, you know, when your players are playing like that, someone needs to match them on the Chief side. Yeah. Inns was a little bit quiet this game, but I think going into Cobble, they did win 16-8 last time. So it's not over. 1-1. Just reset yourselves and don't tilt.
Let's see what they can do. We'll be going to Cobblestone next for the third and final map. Previously, back in this exact same tournament.